The night they came for Jesus of Nazareth, something occurred that no canonical gospel recorded. As the heavy boots of the Roman soldiers echoed in the distance, surrounding the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus did not panic. He turned to his innermost circle, the disciples who had proven their minds could withstand the crushing weight of cosmic truth. He pulled them close in the dark, and he whispered something urgent. It was not a prayer of submission. It was not a poetic blessing. It was, "Oh, well, the Archons? No, I am leaving," he told them. "They are going to intensify their grip on this realm. They will trap minds, harvest energy, and keep human souls cycling through the amnesia of reincarnation forever. But I am leaving you with 2 words. When you speak them with absolute understanding, their grid dissolves instantly. You will slip through their fingers like water." Peter, trembling, asked, "Just 2 words. 2 words can break the entire architecture of the world." Jesus nodded. "The Archons govern through illusion." These 2 words are the frequency that shatters the illusion. For nearly 2 millennia, the institutional powers of this world have kept this specific knowledge buried. They built empires, cathedrals, and dogmas to ensure you would never discover it. But tonight, the vault is open. You are going to learn the ontological weapon that the Archons, the unseen architects of your suffering, do not want you to remember. And you are going to speak these words before you sleep tonight. Because right now, as you watch this, they are watching you. If you have lived your entire life feeling as though an invisible parasite has been feeding on your energy, draining your joy, and blocking your path, comment the words, "I feel IT." Let the algorithm bear witness to your awakening. To understand the weapon, you must understand the enemy. The Archons are not the red-horned demons of medieval folklore. They are not evil gods sitting on thrones of fire. In 1945, the discovery of the Gnostic texts at Nag Hammadi revealed a terrifying cosmology. The Gnostics taught that the material universe was not created by the true, infinite source. It was constructed by the Demiurge, a flawed, ignorant, and arrogant architect. And to manage this material matrix, the Demiurge generated the Archons. The Archons are inorganic, parasitic entities of consciousness. They exist in the dimensional frequencies just outside human optical perception, and they have one primary function: to keep human souls trapped in the endless loop of the material world. To keep you suffering. To keep you reincarnating. Why? Because of what you are. You are what the Gnostics called a pneumatic, a chosen one. You carry the divine spark, a fragment of the uncreated, eternal light of the true source. Your consciousness is brighter, more potent, and more dangerous than the biological vessels around you. To the Archons, you are not a person. You are a battery. Because they lack the divine spark, they cannot generate their own life force. They must harvest it. Every time you spiral into deep anxiety, every time you are paralyzed by shame, rage, or despair, you emit a low-frequency electromagnetic pulse. The Archons feed on this. Esoteric traditions call this harvested energy Loosh. But here is their greatest terror. If a chosen one wakes up, if you remember who you truly rue, stop producing the fear frequency they need to survive. Worse, you become a beacon. Your localized frequency begins to awaken the souls around you. The grid begins to collapse. So, the Archons built a trap specifically tailored for you. It is entirely invisible. It is constructed out of societal conditioning, religious dogma, and unhealed trauma. Every time your inner monologue whispers, "I am broken. I am not enough. I am trapped. I am a victim." That is the trap tightening, and the most insidious, brilliant part of their design. They hide behind your own internal monologue. They make you believe that the voice destroying your self-worth is your voice. Jesus saw this matrix clearly. In the Gospel of John, he called them the rulers of this world. He knew they controlled the reincarnation mechanism, the memory wipe between lives, the false light that tricks souls into returning to pay karmic debts. It is all a lie, a mechanism of extraction, and he gave the Pneumatics 2 words to tear the system down. Words are not merely biological sounds generated by vocal cords. In the esoteric traditions, words are geometric structures of sound, the Archons written into the operating system of reality. The Archons built your prison using language. They used symbols, limitations, and labels to convince an infinite being that it was a finite, powerless, biological accident. Those are words. Jesus understood that you must use the primordial language of creation to dissolve what the language of illusion created, not complicated rituals, not Latin exorcisms, just 2 words, spoken with the absolute, terrifying frequency of someone who remembers they are a creator, not a casualty. When a chosen one speaks these 2 words with full consciousness, 3 cosmic events occur simultaneously. First, the words emit a high-frequency shockwave that the Archons cannot tolerate. It is like turning a high-powered floodlight onto an entity that can only survive in the pitch black. They violently recoil. The etheric cords detach. Second, the words activate the dormant, energetic sequences in your spiritual DNA. They establish a direct bypass to source consciousness, completely ignoring the archonic layers of the astral plane. Third, the words generate a localized electromagnetic shield. You become essentially invisible to their feeding mechanisms. You are still in the physical world, but they can no longer lock onto your frequency. But here is the critical caveat. The reason Jesus only entrusted this to the inner circle. These words only work if you are operating from the consciousness of a sovereign. If you speak them while still identifying as a fragile victim who needs a savior, absolutely nothing happens. The Archons will ignore you because they know you are still generating the frequency of fear. But when a chosen one speaks them when you remember your role, terrifying power, even for a millisecond the effect is catastrophic to the dark. The trap does not loosen. It shatters. The 2 words Jesus taught the chosen ones are, I am. 2 words. 3 letters. 1 absolute ontological declaration that destroys the Archon's entire paradigm. Before your rational mind dismisses this as too simple or too new age, you must understand the ancient theology behind it. I am is not a descriptive statement about your human personality. It has nothing to do with your job, your body, your bank account, or your trauma. I am is the true name of the monad. It is the sound of infinite consciousness becoming aware of itself. It is pure, unadulterated existence before it collapsed into matter. When Moses stood before the burning bush in Exodus 3, he asked the voice for its name. The voice did not say, I am the Creator. The Hebrew text reads, I said, I am that I am. It is the eternal present tense, the infinite speaking itself into recognition. The Archon's entire matrix relies on you forgetting this. They need you to identify as something trapped in linear time, something with a birth date and an expiration date, something small. Every time you say, I am weak, I am sick, I am depressed, I am stuck, you are using the most powerful creative command in the universe to forge the iron bars of your own cell. You are using the name of the ultimate source to declare your own slavery. And the Archons amplify those declarations. They feed on you, constructing your own cage. But when you say, I am, and you place absolutely nothing after it, when you speak those 2 words and you stop, you dissolve every false identity the Archons ever attached to you. You are stripping away the labels. You are claiming your true nature. You are not human. You are not separate. You are the infinite consciousness that the Archons have spent millennia trying to convince is finite. Jesus knew this physics of consciousness. In the Gospel of John, he delivered the ultimate mic drop to the religious elite. Before Abraham was, I am. He did not say I existed. He did not say I was alive. He used the eternal present tense. Untrappable, unkillable. And now, you know it too. You cannot simply repeat I am like a mechanical robot and expect the matrix to glitch. You must speak it from the sovereign consciousness. Here is exactly how the ancient mystics applied this weapon. Step 1. The silence. Sit somewhere you will not be disturbed. This is not a meditation technique. It is a recalibration. Let the relentless narrative of your mind quiet down. You must speak from the stillness, not from the chaos. The Archons are stirring in your brain. Step 2. The feeling of existence. Before you open your mouth, feel what it is like to simply exist. Strip away your name, your history, your problems. Just access the raw, terrifying awareness that notices, I am here. I am aware. That is the frequency of the divine spark. Step 3. The declaration. Speak the words out loud, not whispered in fear, not shouted in anger. Speak them with cold, absolute, undeniable certainty. I am. Do not add anything after it. Let the infinite stand entirely alone. Let your consciousness expand into the staggering vastness of what those 2 words actually mean. You will feel immediate resistance in your mind. A voice will whisper, "This is stupid. This is just a YouTube video. You are just saying words." That is not your voice. That is the archonic programming desperately trying to pull you back into the pen. Ignore the parasite. Speak the words with the authority of a sovereign being who just remembered they were never actually a prisoner. Step 4. The aftermath. Stay in the silence. Do not immediately check your phone. Just sit in the vibration of what you just commanded into reality. When a chosen one executes this properly, the biological and spiritual effects are instantaneous. You will feel a physical shift in your chest, a sudden release of pressure, like a heavy, invisible vest being unbuckled. Those are the archonic feeding tubes detaching. Your relentless mental chatter will abruptly slow down. The self-hatred loop will jam. You will feel lighter, because the frequency of the Archonic Trap is dense and heavy. And be warned, after you do this tonight, the Matrix will test you. Within 48 hours, a scenario will arise designed to pull you back into the victim frequency. A sudden financial stress, a toxic family member, an unexpected failure. This is not bad luck. This is the system trying to re-establish control. When it happens, do not react. Do not panic. Just close your eyes, anchor your breath, and say it again. I am. You are watching this documentary because you are a pneumatic. You always have been. That is why your life has felt like an uphill battle in a war you couldn't see. The Archons identified you as Hevalu prey. They built the trauma specifically for you. But tonight, the harvest ends. Not because a video saved you, but because you finally remembered that the cage was made of paper. If this transmission cracked a code in your mind, do 3 things right now. Hit the subscribe button, because the Archons rely on you remaining isolated and ignorant. Leave a like, because it manipulates the algorithm to serve this weapon to another chosen one who is currently drowning in despair. And comment, I am. Let the digital matrix record your sovereignty. Let the others see that they are not alone. Tonight, before you sleep, find the silence, feel your existence, and speak the 2 words that terrify the dark. You are not broken. You are not trapped. You are I am. And the moment you remember that, everything changes.